Hey, what's going on, everyone? Vega here for SerpentX Tech, and it's time for our 6-month update on the Jasminer X16 Q. We've been mining Ethereum Proof of Work, or ETHW, instead of Ethereum Classic, which many of you in the community have commented about. And I wanted to see how have we done? How's the profitability? How much have we made over this 6-month stretch, focusing on Ethereum Proof of Work. Now, both Ethereum Proof of Work and Ethereum Classic ecosystem is not as broad as Ethereum, right? Ethereum Classic, believe it or not, is the original Ethereum, and Ethereum, which switched away from proof of work to Ethereum proof of stake, is the secondary, or not the original, right? The Classic was the original. It's continued to stay proof of work, and I believe it will continue to do that until the end of time. Anyways, back onto the Jasminer X16 Q. It has fallen down in profitability, but it's averaging about $1.50 a day before the cost of electricity. But after electricity, just like GPU mining right now, it becomes negative in the fiat terms, but you're still earning the currency that you're mining. But it has fallen down compared to like the X4-Q, one of my favorite miners, which is earning around 74, 75 cents a day, but after electricity is negative 50 cents. So a little bit better than the X16 Q, even though it is the older sibling. You can see on hashrate.no with the 16 Q Pro or non-pro, they're both saying that Ethereum proof of work is the most profitable. But still, I just wanted to continue on with this project. And we can see right now on this chart that's displayed in front of us on April 6th, all the way to currently, Ethereum proof of work has risen in profitability. It had some nice spikes upwards at the end of April and the beginning of, the end of April. And it has fallen off at the end, or the beginning of May, unfortunately. Still averaging around $5 a day. What we're earning is basically one Ethereum proof of work a day. That's basically what it is, right? Otherwise, we would be earning 0.08 Ethereum Classic overall if we mined with this machine on Ethereum Classic. But I calculated all the numbers. You can see I did take profits, right? Showing you my MetaMask wallet right now. I only have 16 bucks in there. But I did take profits, and there were some good times to do so. However, the overall revenue that I've earned in Ethereum proof of work is 160. So after 6 months, I made 160-ish Ethereum proof of work. But I did compare that and contrast that to how much Ethereum Classic I would have made had I mined for 6 months. Been tracking the data as we move throughout this test. And here are the numbers that we got. So I would have earned 14.6, right around 15-ish Ethereum Classic, right, compared to 160 Ethereum proof of work. Now, Ethereum proof of work, or ETHW, is only $1.50 right now at time of filming, and it could change, right? We had some spikes up here where it hit $5 and some change, $5.20. But we also had some spikes on Ethereum Classic, right? For example, if we look at the year, that same spike that helped out Ethereum proof of work, we hit $38, but we have since fallen to 15-ish dollars, right? Started off the year around 27, 28, right below 30, spiked all the way up to 38, almost 40, and then fell down to 15, where Ethereum proof of work was around $3.72, spiked all the way up to $5.20, and is now only at $1.40. So all of the alts are suffering. But if we calculate how much I've earned over the past 6 months, 160.25 ETHW, that would have been around $240 if I sold right now at time of filming. Comparatively to Ethereum Classic, which would have been around 14.6, 14.7 Ethereum Classic overall, which is $232.68 if I held everything and sold right now. But again, if you were mining either one of these coins with the Jasminer X16 Q, X4 Q, whatever it might be, you could have taken profits on these days. If you pay attention to the markets and you get alerts that say, hey, Ethereum proof of work hit this target, or Ethereum Classic hit this price number, and you see that and you can take advantage of it, you should. You honestly should. Some people's strategy, they hold long term. Some people sell every 24 hours or as often as they can. And some people don't sell at all. They just hodl till the end, and they believe in the project because they have convictions in that project. But Ethereum Classic and Ethereum proof of work, they don't have the support that Ethereum on the proof of stake side has. And the ecosystem is not showing any interest, or not producing any interest for the miners to really hang on to it long term. But I know some of you are. I still have a bag of Ethereum Classic, as a matter of fact, and I'm hanging on to what little I have of Ethereum Proof of Work. I did have some when they forked, right? When the switch happened for the main Ethereum to from Proof of Work to Proof of Stake, there was a fork, and you got some Ethereum W, and I still have that. So I'm hanging on to what little I have. I'm hanging on to a small bag of Ethereum Classic, but I am needing to take profits and utilize, right, the X16 Q to mine as much of a currency and convert that into a Bitcoin, into a Litecoin, into a fiat, whatever is needed at the time. I still love these Jazz miners, even though they're not profitable right now. I do believe at some point in time when the alt season comes upon us, that these machines will be back into a profitable range. But one of the biggest things that I like about them is that they're super quiet, right? They're not loud ASICs. You can put them inside your house. You can put them inside your garage. You can put them in a shed. They're not very loud. They do produce heat, right? The X16 Q is 630 watts. The X4 Q, I think, is like 1040 or something like that. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. I don't have the X4 Z or the 1U. I just have the original Q. And it's 370 watts, right? So 640, 370 watts, not as much as your 3,000, 3,600, 4,000, 5,000 watts of your traditional ASICs that make a lot of noise. They run traditional low-profile 120 fans, easy maintenance as far as everything but the hash boards. The control board was easy to swap out, and you could set it up in a server, or you could have it freestanding on a flat surface of your choice. But either way, whether I was mining Ethereum Classic or Ethereum Proof of Work or ETHW, we're making about the same in the end if I would have sold right now after 6 months. But if I would have taken advantage of some of these spikes, like, for example, Ethereum Classic on December 2024, and same thing for ETHW, I could have made even more profits at those price points. But you always got to do what's best for you, your configuration, and your setup. I just wanted to bring you the data. Maybe we'll see what happens after a full year, how much Ethereum W or Ethereum Proof of Work we've earned after 12 months. However, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I just wanted to share this data with you, and do me a favor on the way out. Hit that like button, get subscribed, check out some of the links in the description, because like Jasminer, Jingle Miner, been a big supporter of the channel. Can't talk very much today. And you know, if you click the affiliate links down below, it helps out the channel, helps out the vendor, and helps you get the device if you are interested in a Jazz miner or any of the new miners coming out from them in the future. I really like the efficiency of these chips and the design, and we've seen this design actually take off with Bombax and a couple other miners or vendors that have made these, you know, 3U, 1U, you know, server or rack mounted or freestanding setups and miners that you can utilize at home. Anyways, I'm rambling. Get up out of here. Make sure you take care of yourselves, be nice to one another, and just have a wonderful day. Take care. I'll catch you next one.